Dear students, now let us start 12.5 Thermal Expansion. You may have observed that sometimes sealed bottles with metallic lids are so tightly screwed that one has to put the lid in hot water for some time to open the lid. This would allow the metallic cover to expand, thereby loosening it to unscrew easily. So we do sometimes like that. Sometimes simply we put the lid over a flame like this. Around the lid we slightly heat the lid so that it expands and easily comes out. So this is about, see here the lid is a solid. Now in case of liquids, you may have observed that mercury in a thermometer rises when the thermometer is put in a slightly warm water. If we take out the thermometer from the warm water, the level of mercury falls again. Similarly, now the liquids is over. Next, similarly in the case of gases, a balloon partially inflated in a cool room may expand to full size when placed in warm water. On the other hand, a fully inflated balloon, when immersed in cold water, would start shrinking due to contraction of the air inside. So, it is our common experience that most substances expand on heating and contract on cooling. A change in the temperature of a body causes change in its dimensions. The increase in the dimensions of a body due to increase in its temperature is called thermal expansion. The expansion in length is called linear expansion. The expansion in area is called areal expansion. The expansion in volume is called volume expansion. You know very well, matter exists in three different states: solids, liquids, gases. If you consider solids, they have definite shape and definite volume. Okay, since they are having definite shape, let us take one. It is having certain length, certain breadth and certain height. It is having three dimensions. When you increase its temperature, its length increases, its breadth increases and its height increases. If length increases, you say it has linear expansion. It is having linear expansion. Now, length is increasing and breadth is increasing. Length into breadth gives area. So automatically area too increases. Therefore, it will have areal expansion also. When you heat this body, its length increases, breadth increases and height also increases. And length into breadth into height gives volume. So volume also increases, that is, it will have volume expansion also. So in this way, solids have three types of expansions. Now let us go to the liquids. They do not possess definite shape. Therefore, they cannot have linear expansion. They cannot have linear expansion or areal expansion. But they have definite volume. Therefore, they can have volume expansion. So they have only volume expansion. Liquids have only volume expansion. On heating, on increasing temperature. Now let us go for gases. They neither possess definite shape nor possess definite volume. For a given mass of gas, they possess three variables: pressure, volume, temperature. See, when pressure is held constant, if you increase temperature, its volume increases. So here you have volume expansion. Volume expansion at constant pressure. At constant pressure. Now again let me write the three variables. If volume is held constant and if you increase the temperature, its pressure increases, and that is known as pressure expansion or pressure increase at V is equal to constant. So now let us consider linear expansion. For this, let us take a metallic wire or a rod which is having a length L1 at a temperature T1. If you increase the temperature from T1 to T2, its length increased from L1 to L2. Now increase in length L2 minus L1, that is also written as delta L. Now increase in temperature T2 minus T1, that is also denoted by delta T. Now if you take fractional increase in length, fractional increase in length means increase in length by original length. So here I must write L1, but usually we write L. Increase in length by original length. Now experimentally, what the scientist found, the fractional increase in length was directly proportional to increase in temperature. So that you can replace this with is equal to, and here you write a constant of proportionality, where the constant of proportionality is called as coefficient of linear expansion. Alpha is equal to delta L by L into delta T. This is the formula for coefficient of linear expansion. So from this formula you can get its SI unit. What is its SI unit? Its SI unit. In the numerator, change in length means meter. Here length has come meter. Here temperature has come Kelvin. Meter gets cancelled. Kelvin inverse. That is its SI unit. Okay. Now the coefficient of linear expansion depends on what? Alpha depends on material. Alpha depends upon material. Let us look at table. Where values of coefficient of linear expansion for some materials: aluminium 2.5 into 10 power minus 5 Kelvin inverse, brass 1.8 into 10 to the power of minus 5. For all these values you add this 10 power minus 5. Okay, so different materials have different values, and if you compare, copper value is 5 times the glass value, very large. Metals have large values of alpha. See here, if you see here, at the subscript L is kept, alpha L, that is linear expansivity. So here also we should write alpha L, coefficient of linear expansion. Now let us consider areal expansion. A metal plate at a temperature T1 was having A1 area, and when you increase its temperature from T1 to T2, its area increases from A1 to A2. So increase in area A2 minus A1, that is delta A, increase in temperature T2 minus T1, that is delta T, fractional increase in area, that is defined as increase in area by original area. So this fractional increase in area was found to be directly proportional to change in increase in temperature. Delta A by A is equal to, here constant of proportionality was alpha A into delta T, or alpha A is equal to delta A by A into delta T, where alpha A is called coefficient of areal expansion. So here area, meter square gets cancelled. Only here temperature remains. Therefore its SI unit also Kelvin inverse, and it also depends upon the material, its value. Now let us go for volume expansion. Volume expansion. Suppose you have taken a spherical body, its volume is V1. When you increase its temperature, its volume became V2. Increase in volume, V2 minus V1 is equal to delta V. Increase in temperature, fractional increase in volume, delta V by V. Fractional increase in volume is directly proportional to increase in temperature. Fractional volume is equal to alpha V into delta T, where alpha V is called coefficient of volume expansion, and alpha V is equal to delta V by V into delta T. In the numerator volume, in the denominator volume, only temperature remains. Therefore, its SI unit will be Kelvin inverse. So, for all the three types, coefficient of expansion is Kelvin inverse only. Now, its value depends upon what? Alpha value depends on material. It depends upon material. Different materials have different coefficient of expansion values. Now, is this a constant? Is this a constant? See here, tabular values are given here. Values of coefficient of volume expansion for some solids and liquids. See, alpha V, Kelvin inverse is to SI unit. Aluminium 7 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Kelvin inverse. Brass 6 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Kelvin inverse. In this way, different materials are having different values. And if here, so in this table, solids and liquids are given. Once let us compare the values of solids and liquids. Where is the liquid here? Mercury 18.2. See, aluminium just 7, whereas mercury 18.2. That means liquids are having large coefficient of expansion. The liquids expand more. See, you take water 20.7, you take alcohol 110. See, the metals are just a single digit, but here you see the liquids are having large alpha V values. See, in the previously we considered two types of thermometers, liquid in glass thermometers, mercury thermometers and alcohol thermometers. See, mercury, its alpha V value just 18.2, but alcohol 110. For the same temperature rise, alcohol is the increase in volume of alcohol is more. So that if you construct a thermometer with alcohol, it can measure even small temperature rise also. Even small temperature changes also can be identified with this thermometer.